And when I was talking to her about hysterectomy, she said, God forbid, God forbid, God forbid, no problem. So there are moments in obstetrics whereby, despite all our efforts, we have to make difficult decisions to save a life. I had to operate on a woman. She'd had 2 previous cesarean sections, and this was her 3rd cesarean section. The scan she did said she had a complete placenta previa, and also suggested that she had a morbidly adherent placenta, whereby the placenta has burrowed into the myometrium. We anticipated bleeding, so we prepared for that. We also took consent for hysterectomy, just in case we had to. And when I was talking to her about hysterectomy, she said, God forbid, God forbid, God forbid, no problem. But she had to sign, because I told her that if you don't sign, there's no way I'm going to touch you, there's no way I'm going to operate you. And then we went in. The placenta had eroded into the bladder. So we had to remove the uterus, and then we had to repair the bladder. Now, removing the womb after childbirth is not routine. It's not something that we say, oh, we just want to do, but there are things that happen for one reason or the other. At times, it's actually the only option to save the mother's life. And it's important we talk about it, because as long as you're pregnant or you're going to deliver, or you've had previous surgeries, there's a possibility that your womb may need to be removed to save your life. So here are some other situations whereby an obstetric hysterectomy may need to be done. If after delivery, a woman tends to bleed uncontrollable, we call this postpartum hemorrhage. We can try different measures in order to try to save the womb and prevent her from dying and then stopping the bleeding. But if this does not occur, then we need to take out the womb, depending on what was the cause of the postpartum hemorrhage. 2, uterine rupture. This is a tear in the uterus, and this can lead to life-threatening bleeding. At times, we can actually repair the tear, but there are cases whereby the bleeding is torrential, the patient is too unstable, and then the tear is not an easy tear to repair, and you feel that an hysterectomy is faster in order to save the woman's life. Then we take out the womb. 3, severe infection. One could have severe infection affecting the womb that you have no choice but to take it out. 4, the uterus is not just well contracted, and is not responding to normal treatment. So usually after delivery, you expect that the uterus becomes well contracted to stop the bleeding. But there are cases whereby this does not occur, and we call it uterine atony. And if the woman keeps bleeding and you cannot stop it with conservative measures, you may end up having to do an hysterectomy, which is removal of the womb. Now, this is never an easy decision to make, and at times it comes as an emergency and you don't even have time to process it. I've had patients say that they want to go back to heaven the way they came, with their body and organs intact, so they want to go with their womb. In those critical moments whereby you need to save the life of a mother, you don't have time for a lot of drama and a lot of story, and your doctors don't have time and patience to listen to all your drama and stories. The goal is clear at that point in time: save the mother's life. And that's why I'm educating you now, so that you understand cases whereby this may occur, and so that, God forbid, but if you find yourself in this situation, you do not take time in making a decision. So let's share to other women, other pregnant women. Let's create awareness, as this will help us to prepare and act quickly should in case this happens to us. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to comment. I remain your favorite celebrity consultant.